Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Excellent. Well, looks like we're going to miss it.
Huh?
Looks like it's going to miss us. So it's going by Houston.
Water?
Yeah. So we might get a little rain or shower, but that's it.
I hope it rains a little more.
Well, you know, like the last one, and missed us. We live in a bubble.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a good thing.
Well, okay.
All right, so I think Beryl hit, but it's just a tropical storm. So hopefully everything is going good. So I got a different lens. It's a Sigma. I'm using the ETZ21 Pro adapter and a new vlogging lens. It's a little bit bigger than the Nikon ones that I had last night or early this morning. So I had to put out the trash and recycle. This is the what is it? The 16-28, and it's a full frame lens. Okay. It's for the Sony, and it's an f2.8. It's on the Z6III. It's stabilized. How do I look? So this is the difference between a full frame lens and an APS-C. I'm going in the dark areas. You will see no noise, okay? In all these pictures, they're all nice and clear. I'm just walking around. These lenses are bigger, okay? I think 3 times the weight, especially with this one. Sigma makes some pretty good ones. I'm always going to put some cushions out, but I think I won't. I'm going to sit down. Oh! Yeah, I couldn't sleep, so I decided to do a couple more videos. I did a 3-part with the original lens I used. It was a 16mm. It's an APS-C lens, not stabilized. This lens is stabilized, okay? I think it is. Yeah, all I see is autofocus, manual focus. So anyway, what do you think? Now, like this is a true 16mm, not a 24mm. So you don't have to add in a crop to this. But let's say, remember I was saying 24mm? So there's your 24mm, okay? So I kind of fill up the frame, and if I go all the way to 28, so this is a perfect kit lens. And the reason why I'm doing this is I'm going to compare it with the 17-28 for the Nikon. So right now, it's looking good. What I'm going to do is walk around a little bit more. I think the stabilization is on. Boy, that is one small bird. He's fast. That sparrow is... That must have been the baby. He's growing fast. Yeah, the family's in there. Yeah, there he is. I don't know if you see him. He's looking at me. Oh, there you go. Hope you caught him. Going back and forth. So I'm at 28mm. I got it on a tripod. You can hear him chirping. See? Going back and forth. Now he's the small one, okay? So he was the baby. But man, look, he is going now. He's fast. There's another one in there. There she is. Aha. Both of them. 3 of them. So there's 4 of them together. So you'll see one right there. Okay. So what do you think of this Sigma at 28 millimeters? I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, let's get back to me. So, 28 millimeters, 16. Okay. Last night I think I had the moved from 24 to 18 millimeters. I had the 12 to 28 on the Nikon APS-C lens, and it was also stabilized. So I don't know if this is stabilized, but still, I'm enjoying it. This is the best time to get out, is watch all the birds. I want you to look at the water in the bird bath. See how cool that is, you know, with the wind blowing. You get it just right. You can see the waves. And they're waiting for me to leave so they can take a bird bath and some drinks. So let's do a little walking around. So I'm going to compare this with the 17 to 28. I believe the stabilization is on. I'm going to leave the stabilization on. This is one heavy camera. I don't want to walk around because of the big lens. I want to make these videos short, so kind of like the first part. Oh, watch. Oh yeah, I missed it. Huge bird. It looked like a seabird. Just flew in that tree. And you can see the clouds rolling in, so it may rain shortly also. That's why I'm going to make it quick. So I got the 17 to 28 Nikon versus the Sigma 16 to 28, and then I got the 28 to 75 and a 28 to 70 competing against each other also. So this is f2.8. It's looking pretty sharp, right? I redid the 50 to 100 APS-C lens at 1.8. I'm thinking of going to the camera store and getting the 18 to 35, I believe. It's a 1.8, and that's an APS-C lens. So, yeah, they made 2 lenses. It was 18 to 35 for the F mount, and then they had the 50 to 100, and that's kind of like a 27 to 52. Okay, it's kind of like a kit lens. Now, I put these things back on. These little quick release, and they were tapping the camera yesterday. It was annoying. Walk around here, and the wind's picking up, so it might be raining shortly. That's why I want to get done with this video. Just walking around. We're working hard on the cranes. may have to stall if the rains get heavy. So anyway, holiday weekend is finally over. I think a lot of people were off for 4 days. So I'm just walking around, and it looks pretty stable. The only thing that's unstable is my arms, because they're hurting. Because I've been walking around with them. So what do you think? Sigma's doing pretty good, and I've been recording about 10 minutes. So let me check the settings real quick, and I'll finish with this lens. Okay. I even had the VR link to wherever it's supposed to focus on. So with the third-party lens, I don't see a box or anything, but I do see on the LCD screen that I'm sharp and I'm clear. Okay. I could turn on the beauty. I have that turned off. I like it sharp as possible. So just to repeat, this is 16, and this is now 28. And I'm holding it comfortable. You know, I got the elbow down on the rest. So what do you think? The picture should be good. You can hear the birds chirping just before it rains. I hope it's clear. I hope you like these little short vlogs, because these are great lenses. So if you're going from a camera system and you have, let's say these lenses are from Sony. Most Sony lenses are sharp. You know, if you don't have the funds to buy a native lens for a new camera, you get an adapter. This is the Megadap ETZ 21 Pro. From I'll have Sony lenses, E mount, E and FE. E is basically the NEX E first mirrorless part, APS-C to full frame, which is FE. Okay, and it's going to the Nikon Z mirrorless cameras, APS-C, full frame, and you can put full frame lenses on an APS-C. All right. In case where you use the full frame, you get vignetting. If you use an APS-C lens, unless you, like I showed yesterday, you either crop it down to an APS-C size, or you turn on the stabilization, and it removes most of the vignetting, but not all of it. Okay. And I don't see anything wrong with crop, because I can prove it where, let's say I crop this one, all right, and let's see what happens. Okay. When you want to talk to the camera, it's a good idea to press the record button. So I got it in crop mode, 16 millimeter. DX mode, okay, and I turn on electronic stabilization, which makes me a lot bigger. I am now at 16 millimeters, so you can see how big I became, okay. But you know, if I put the arm back, which is hard to do, especially when you're vlogging with this heavy lens, let's look at the stabilization, see if it's good. You got to remember, this is a third-party lens. As for a different camera system, that's not supposed to be on a Nikon. But with a special adapter from Megadap, I can put this Sony E mount lens on this Nikon camera. So how do I look? So this is at 16 millimeters. See, I'm filling the whole screen. This is at 28 millimeters. So last night, most I could do was, you know, at 16 millimeter, this is 24. So you can see how it fill up with the crop, okay? And I'm going to turn this off, get out of crop, leave it at 24, and leave the electronic stabilization on with the regular IBIS. Okay, I'm just going to make it shorter this time. Okay, so there you go. All right, so this is how I looked with electronic stabilization. So I'm still cropped. If I turn off the electronic stabilization, that would be a lot smaller. Okay, so this was at 16 millimeters last night, which is kind of like a 24. All right, this is at 24. So the crop sensor lens at 16 is a full frame equivalent to this, with electronic stabilization on. So I'm walking on this bumpy yard, and you can see where a lot of the dirt is run off. I need to put more dirt on it or redo the ditch. But anyway, there you have it. That should be a pretty good thing on the this thing. So let me go back to, right now I'm at 24 millimeters full frame. This is 16. So you see, this is smaller than the 18 millimeters. So remember the 12 to 28 from last night? This is 18 millimeters. You know, at the beginning, okay? But with that lens, yeah. So this is how I looked at 12, you know, on our crop sensor lens. So you see, you get that wide field of view. So this is a perfect example of what you can do with different lenses. Now, I'm going to do a comparison of what Peter Gregg calls his ZVE1 with this lens, okay, on that tiny little camera. But we're going to compare the stabilization on both cameras. So LB on, and I can put it in crop mode also. That's the nice thing about that camera. So with these cameras, they're just about the same. The only difference is this is a 24 megapixel camera and the ZV1 is a 12. But when you crop it, what happens is you get less megapixels, except for the Sony ZVE1. It's a special camera. It has great stabilization. And like I did yesterday, where you put an APS-C lens on a full frame camera, you can do magical things. And let's go all the way back to 16. A little tinier. There you go. So I'm trying to give you some good lenses that are cheaper. They're zoom lenses, they're not prime, okay? But they're good enough. You can see the sun a little bit, but I see clouds, but it's a wonderful day. The storm should go through pretty fast. So I don't even think it's going to rain here. We were worried about the winds, but I think it's just going to miss us. So anyway, and you know, it still may be coming, but it looks like it's going through pretty quickly. They downgraded it to a tropical storm. It looks good. Okay. So that's enough of the Sigma 16 to 28 millimeter. And it's from the Sony E mount, but it's on a Nikon Z6III camera. What do you think? Good stabilization. So anyway, thank you for watching. Remember, stay safe, keep smiling. I'll see you next time. And we're going to end this video with me right next to one of my favorite trees. Put a little color in here. Oh, aren't they gorgeous? Let's go right here. All right. Now that's a thumbnail right there. That's not, but you're not going to hear it in the thumbnail. Bye, folks. I'll see you in the next video.